On the farm at Opal House, there are 3 homes. There's the main home, the children's home, and the home of the guardian, who is Pedro and his family of 7. These are almost 30-year-old homes. The main home needed some new appliances and minor remodeling, but the bulk of the updating needed to be performed in the children's home. A lot of plumbing needed to be updated, new electrical system from top to bottom. We needed to install a brand new water system from the spring and pump it 900 feet up to the house for reliable fresh water. The first trip down in February, the driving trip to Guatemala, was to deliver the pump and generator and critical equipment to get reliable fresh water to the homes. The car was stuffed to the ceiling. Couldn't have gotten a piece of paper in this car. I was a man on a mission and drove from here to the South Texas border, 2,700 miles in 2 days straight, and then slept at the border on the ground overnight. And my good friend Jose Blakely flew in and met me and then escorted us all the way through Mexico, and we stayed at his home, and it was a very positive experience. The second trip down in May was primarily to do the major remodeling of electrical and plumbing and reconfiguration of the children's home so that we could maximize the number of children that can live in it.
During our second work trip in May, we met with Tita, who is one of our board members in Guatemala, and she asked us if we could provide temporary housing for 2 orphans that were in the slum of La Limonada, and their names were Mercy and Grace. Mercy is a 19-year-old homeless girl, 4 months pregnant, and a little tiny baby named Grace. The whole thing felt very providential. To have Mercy and Grace as our first visitors up there. Our home was filled with a lot of people on that work trip, and I would have to say that my heart was filled to see that house full of people in need, people who needed, they just needed love. As Opal House has evolved, we found that there's a huge need, not only for children, but children and their mothers. A lot of these women are abused and abandoned, and we found that they're the ones that are taking the children to the orphanages. So in addition, instead of just bringing the children in, we're going to keep the family intact and bring in the mothers. And this is where I'm really excited about what's unfolding.
During these summer months, we have had ongoing remodeling projects, including the installation of 2 solar-powered hot water heaters. And they'll be finished before we get back in October. But in October, we'll do some final finish work and remodeling in the children's home so it's ready to open this fall. All along, we've hoped to have the ability to share some of Diane's and my gifts with medical service to not just the children at the home or the moms, but the local community and even some specialty care in Guatemala. The whole country doesn't have a children's hospital for 15 million people, so children are very underserved medically there. So we have been blessed with a $125,000 surgical equipment gift from a corporation, beautiful equipment that we can help run and open an operating room. We have a whole operating room and medical clinic being shipped down to Guatemala in the first quarter of 2009. So right in front of us is a wonderful opportunity to create medical care with first-class equipment right on the property of Opal House. We're having all this medical equipment come, and now we're praying for a building to put it in and serve in a freestanding medical building that could even one day become a hospital.
In a time where women and children around the world have so much need, to think that we could be a part of that in a country that is suffering, and families in particular, to envision a place where we have helped keep families intact and empowered and strengthened women It gives me a lot of passion, and I'm willing to take whatever steps and stretch as far as I can to see that come about.